My name's Heather Thunderberg. During the day, I'm a practice manager for a financial planning firm. And then my husband and I have several businesses outside of that as well. As a practice manager for my job, I have seen the pain points of not having SOPs and systems in place and being able to planning out weeks, not only for me, but also for the employees that work for me. Pre-tribe, I was in a mess. I was running all over the place and doing all these tasks and being pulled in so many different directions and not having any focus time to take care of my own stuff. And therefore, my staff was doing the same thing. I found myself very frantic, very upset, very stressed because of all of the things going on and being thrown at me and not being able to actually sit down and focus on anything. So that's kind of where I was. When I actually was introduced to Lifehack Tribe, I actually had seen I had seen Demir several times on my Facebook and things like that through ads. And I finally pulled the trigger to go to his free masterclass. And I was intrigued because I was at the exact point, I feel like things align pretty perfectly sometimes where you have a need and then all of a sudden you're the thing that needs to fill your need pops up in your life. So I was very open to receiving a solution to all my problems. So when I was just kind of frantic at work one day, and then I came home, I was stressed, and I happened to scroll past that ad one more time, and I was like, "This might be something actually I need to look at." So I watched the masterclass, and when I saw the masterclass, and I really decided to take that 7-day free trial at the time, and I was so like immersed in he was talking my language. I was stressed. Feeling physically ill because of all the stuff going on, and I really resonated with his story. So that was kind of my sign that I needed to dig deeper. So I went into that trial knowing that this is something that might be good for me. And then he continued while I started to go through the roadmap. He continued to go through and speak my language to me. So I knew exactly this is what I needed to do. So that's when I took the leap. So coming into Tribe, as I said, I was very frantic. So I really wanted to figure out how to not only put systems in place in my life so that I wasn't the system, I wasn't the go-to for everything. I wanted to give an opportunity to my employees to have a resource that wasn't me and not be the go-to person because I've been that my whole life. I really wanted to put that system in place. So that was one of my biggest goals was getting those systems and SOPs in place. But also, it started with me. I needed to get my life together, getting my personal life together, so that my work life would reflect. And my goal was to not work as, I'm going to start a family here soon with my husband. So it was definitely a goal to get some of those systems in place so that I would be able to walk away and not have to everybody would not have to rely on me to be able to run smoothly. And I was able to live my life and have that freedom that Demir and Carrie talk about all the time that I aspire to. Since joining Tribe, I've been so blown away, but not only getting myself where I'm in a mentality of planning and making sure that I'm efficient, but also, like I said, being an example to others. So it's been a really cool to be able to put SOPs in place. And for example, we actually had a new hire at our job that is coming in and taking on a lot of the responsibilities that I had before. And what I loved about it it wasn't perfect. I didn't have all the systems in place, but I had a lot of systems in place because of my interaction with Tribe and being able to be a part of this community. That I had those systems in place that when she came in, even when she was being thrown a lot of different things, she had a system to fall back on so that she wasn't feeling overwhelmed because she was very much like me that likes to get things right and make sure things are done right. And she was able to pick up very quickly with all of her duties because of the job that I had done with the systems before she had arrived. So that was one of my biggest victories with what I've learned from Tribe. Honestly, this has been a complete game changer for me. I already had mentality of being efficient and having systems and being wanting to plan better and be better about that in my life and also my work. But this has given me an opportunity to be able to dive into people's mentality on how to do that the most efficient way with the winning the week mentality and just the all the little things and also giving the permission to put boundaries up. I've that's something that I in the past have not been great at, and I've read the boundaries book and I've always inspired to it. But hearing like Demir talk about, hey, you can put a boundary up at work, so that you can make sure that not only you have a system in place, but also you're showing other people that you have systems in place, so that they respect your time and respect who you are, in that environment. That has been a game changer for me. So I feel amazing because I'm able to put those boundaries up, not in a mean way, but in a way to make sure that I'm more efficient. I'm also more efficient for my job and for them as well. So that's been a really huge deal since I've joined. As far as my day job, I definitely have gotten to the point where I don't work necessarily so many late nights and weekends, because before I would have so much overflow from the week that I would have to like pull extra hours to be able to accomplish all that I needed to accomplish. So now I'm able to put my computer up at 5 o'clock and be done with it pretty much. There might be maybe a few things on a busy week, but it's been such a just a light off of my tray. It's lightened my tray a lot to be able to not have to work that many hours and spend time with my family and not have that stress, and be able to prepare for as we start a family here in the near future. So learning from the roadmap and all the different trainings and everything, I've really been able to come up with a way to not only plan my week, but put those boundaries up, like I mentioned, so that I can definitely get my work done. But also, like I said, be an example to my employees and things like that, so that they are putting boundaries up and time blocking and using the way in the week method in their own way, so that we can all be efficient together. And the way in the week method was the first step to getting that done, so that I could make sure I planned it. And I wasn't always perfect at it, but we're at least striving for better than we were before. So and it's definitely been huge because I've been able to time block those things, put those boundaries up, put my big headphones on, like Demir talks about the big headphones, to not have people bother you while you're in your focus time. And it's been those have been some of the biggest changes in that workflow. But also, like I said, having time to be able to focus on putting those systems in place so that I have a workflow for not only me, but also my team. My boss is able to look at the workflow and say, okay, this is where she's at. They don't have to ask me for a status update every 2 seconds, because it's there. So it's been that's been some of the biggest things I've been able to implement through the tribe process. The first day I realized that how awesome things have become since starting with Lifehack Tribe. I was the day that we actually hired on a new employee earlier on this year, and she is very much like me and likes things in place and likes to know what she's doing. So because I had taken that time previously to work on myself and work on my efficiencies, I was able to help her. So it was about giving back to someone else. It was great for me, but sometimes you don't actually see the change in yourself. But once you start to see what the change can do to affect other people, that's when it was a really big enlightenment moment for me to be able to see that she was benefiting from me taking the time to invest myself in this tribe and being able to do the work behind it. So tribe has been really, really cool because I haven't even dived into all of the elements of it as much as I'd like to. But I have loved to have a community that I can come to, an on-demand community that I've been able to come to that are in the same boat as me. Like we've had the corporate group sessions and things like that. But just even watching the Lifehack YouTube and all the different things in the roadmap and trainings, it's really cool to be able to see that. But the Facebook groups has been probably the biggest way to see the community, and that's been really cool because I can see people asking a question that I've been wanting to ask and I totally forget to, and I'm able to follow those answers and see Demir or Carrie or somebody in there talking about what the answer is to a question that I might have been either afraid to ask or forgotten to ask. And it's been really cool to be able to be with like-minded people that are going through the same things that you're going through, or even just a little bit ahead of you, and see what they've done to be able to accomplish their goals, just like you're trying to accomplish yours. So that's what's been huge for me in this environment. When I came to Lifehack Tribe, I was not only working in the corporate world, but I was also an entrepreneur. So, but I'm also very busy at home as well. So I would say that Lifehack Tribe is for really anybody, but anybody that really wants to take control. I'm a control freak at heart, so it really wants anybody that wants to take control of their life, whether it be in a business setting as an entrepreneur, which I have that I've had benefits from that as well. Whether it's in your job, your corporate job, that's been huge as well. And then in my personal life, being able to really plan out, hey, this is what we need to do this week, and able to do that with my husband. He's not necessarily in Lifehack Tribe, but he's able to benefit from all the trainings that I've taken a part of, and it's been really cool to be able to benefit in all areas of my life. So I would say the best person for Lifehack Tribe would be anybody, but entrepreneurs are huge, people in the corporate world, or just in your family. I love Demir's coaching style because he's fun but direct. It's kind of like my husband, honestly. My husband is very a direct person, but he likes to be goofy and have fun. And that's what I've really enjoyed about it is he'll just tell you how it is, but at the end of the day, he absolutely makes it so that it benefits you. You can tell that he really cares about his tribe, and it's really cool and Carrie as well, to be able to see just they really care about this is like another family to them, and I really like that family aspect. But at the same time, he's not afraid to step on your toes and tell you what you need to hear. So anybody that gets started with the Lifehack Tribe, I think the first thing you should do is to, well, not only book your first call, obviously. My first welcome call was so welcoming to me, and I love that personal touch with everything. But like I really feel like this is definitely a family. So dive deep into the community, but I would say go through the roadmap. That's probably the best thing that you can do is really just deep dive into the roadmap. And what's cool is it's on demand, and you can do it at your own pace. I wanted to dive deep in like right away, but some people take a little bit longer. And either way, it's very beneficial. And what I love about it is you can go back and re-listen to them all over and over again, and whatever section that you need the most. So I would say dive into the roadmap.